2023.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Track Talkers. We got a very special episode in store for you guys. As always, my brother in the studio, Uncle Ty, Tyler Enticknap. Uncle Ty, say what's up.
What up, what up?
Oh, dude, we're really excited for you guys, bringing you guys something so special, holding down the fort in the 250 class for the RM Army, baby. Special guest, say what's up, Crockett Myers.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Dude, we're so stoked to have you on. Thank you for coming on so late. I know it's really late in Florida right now. But dude, I mean, we're diving right into it. So what? We just got back from the races like right now or what?
Yeah, so we'll do a quick rundown of it. So yeah, I left or actually we'll start way back. I got one day of testing in on the bike, on Wednesday before Birmingham. I rode a handful of times since Seattle, maybe 4 times on SX, and like pretty short days
Since
too.
Seattle.
I mean, you can ask my trainer. Yeah, since Seattle. So we've been kind of bikeless since Seattle. So we got back from Seattle. I flew in a couple weeks early, obviously, and then it was Daytona. In Daytona, I was able to drive up and grab my bike off the McGinley Clinic.
Yep.
Drove it back to Florida. Rode, I think, the Tuesday after Daytona, and I think the Thursday after, and then took a couple more days off after that. Then we hit Day in the Dirt on a buddy of mine. I train his son, Brecken Talmadge. I think he actually won a couple titles out at Springading.
Oh, wow.
So
Sick.
props to him.
Yep.
But he let me borrow his 450 to go race Day in the Dirt. So we hit Day in the Dirt with Kitchen and the boys, and then took another week off after that. And then by that time, we literally had 1 week of, riding and stuff before Birmingham. So we were piecing the bike together. I needed a top in. I ordered a tie bolt kit. Me and my dad split a tie bolt kit. So we ordered that, put that on the bike. He got me a stabilizer, steering stabilizer, that is, triple clamps and new suspension.
Nice.
And we bolted it all on Tuesday afternoon, and I got to ride Wednesday. We did a little testing. Literally, I got like a moto and a couple other testing sessions, and then it was time to pack up and saddle up to head to Birmingham. Left for Birmingham Thursday at like 12 o'clock, drove all the way through. And then we had press on Friday morning at 5:45 a.m. And then it was time to put clutches in the bike, put some tires on, and shine the bike up a little bit, get it ready for Saturday. Saturday came around. We did first practice. Actually went pretty well. I think I qualified like 11th. So it was pretty solid for me. I was stoked on it. And then we made some tweaks to the bike in hopes to make it better. But I think we went completely the wrong direction. And
That happens.
The only rhythm that I hadn't got, the only rhythm that I didn't get like dialed in was the on off. Like my forks were kind of overpowering the shock all weekend, so I was really fighting that. And the adjustments that we made, I knew I had to go out and get the on off right after the finish line. And dude, that thing was whooping my ass. Like I would get on, get off, fine, and then the final one, dude, I just couldn't get my front end up and over it. So my rear would catch it, and I just slapped down into the big. And dude, like 4 times I like hit my chin off the bar pad and would just boner air the triple. And it was bad. So I couldn't get it consistently. I mean, obviously we just have 2 practices, so I only got 4 times. I think I went on off. And I was just like, dude, I don't feel comfortable with that. But I knew that was going to make it tough going into the East-West Showdown. You can't not do one of the freaking rhythms and expect to qualify.
Yeah. Totally.
So going out for the heat, I'm like, dude, if I'm not going on off, I got to go over as fast as humanly possible. So I kind of got that pretty locked in over the night, doing the slower line. But the night actually ended up pretty solid for me. We duked it out in the heat race, was getting slammed by everybody known to man. I think I almost T-boned Aiden Shive and broke his damn leg almost. But we struggled in the heat first couple laps. And then actually on that rhythm that I wasn't doing after the finish line, it was an over table single. I had clipped the over and then like got whiskey in between that and OJ'd the 3. blew both my hands off on the big and stalled it. And I like turned around and they land on me. Brandon Ray's like right above my head. And I'm just like, dude, this is bad. Then I think we went back to like 16th or 17th because the old Bazooki doesn't have an electric start. So I'm like trying to bump start. It didn't bump start. And then finally, like I let the clutch out one last time and it fired. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
Oh, damn.
So we got back into the race. I think it came back to 13th. And then, I mean, as you guys know, you get like 10 minutes to go back to the truck, get some goggles and sip of water, and then it's right back up for the LCQ.
Yeah.
Which like we had futures this weekend, so it bought us some time.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I got to catch the wind back. And then, yeah, from like not riding very much from Seattle, I was pretty winded, dude. Like, you know, you take 4 weeks off and you're kind of cooked.
Well, not only that, but it was hot
we
too.
Went out. Dude, yeah, it was pretty toasty all day. It was pretty warm for sure. But we loaded back up, got on the gate for the LCQ, and I was like, dude, what's funny is I was talking to a buddy from Club MX, Alexander Locke, on the gate, and I'm like, dude, I've been manifesting shit lately, and it's like, I saw myself getting an 8th or a 9th in the heat race and going direct transfer, and I'm like, you know, obviously that didn't happen. I'm on the gate for the LCQ, just kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as a privateer on a Suzuki, walking into the tunnel and seeing Pierce Brown, Caden Dundee, Romano, you know, Welton, Derek Kelly, like all those guys that were in that LCQ this weekend are main event guys.
Yeah, they're legit.
And, you know, I was making jokes all day. What is Cooper Webb? He's like, gets on the gate. He's like, you guys ready for a fucking battle? And I actually got Derek Kelly like put the Dukes up, and he's like, it's go time. And
let's go. That's awesome.
You know, my hopes were high. I know my starts were pretty banging. So I was like, dude, if I rip a start, I think, you know, I could run the pace for at least 5 minutes to hopefully get a spot in. And sure enough, dude, I ripped a nice ass start. I had a pretty good gate right beside Romano. And luckily, like, he kind of wheelied a little bit and turned his bars, so when they hit the ground, it popped his hole shot device.
Yeah.
So that like gave me some leverage, like beside him, to like kind of push the bubble.
Yeah.
And then I think like Dudney and Brown like swept the outside a little bit and got me, but I was able to latch onto the back of PB and kind of follow him for a little bit. Luckily, he towed me into a couple of pretty good laps, and then their pace was a little bit stronger than mine. But Thomas Welch, I don't know if you guys heard of him, but he's a racer, and
absolutely, he's a gamer.
And yep, I flew him in to be my mechanic, and you know, he's pretty crafty with it. So he's like, dude, like he's putting on the pit board like all the signals I need. He's like, dude, you got like plus 3 seconds on 5th. You know, he's like, there's 2 laps left. He's like just going nuts in the mechanic chair. He's like, dude. And then I remember it was like 2 laps to go, and he just put fuck yes on the pit board, and I'm like, yes, dude, like we got it. And Romano was chirping at me the whole LCQ, and I was like, dude, if I get passed by Romano, like it's whatever. And dude, what's funny is like me and Nick are boys, but you know, obviously he got a pretty sick ride, you know, and it's so good for him, dude. He needed that. And quite frankly, I haven't done anything to deserve a fill-in for PC, but I was telling my parents and everybody in my pit, I was like, dude, you know, not that he's the guy that I'm after, but just for me, like as fuel, I was like, dude, I just want to beat Romano. Like that's all I wanted to do was beat Romano.
Yep.
And I came so close to it, but he was riding so well, and obviously I think his bike's a little bit better than what I'm on, whatever. So he got me on the last lap, and then you know, we pulled off the track and we were both just fired up. Like, cause dude, he came off the freaking couch, dude. He hasn't done anything in 8 months you know, and when he was riding, dude, he's obviously one of the best to do it. But, you know, when you don't race for 8 months, that shit's gnarly. And for him to come back to a showdown and just put it straight in the show like that it was sick for me too. And I was stoked for him. So we went back and, you know, got a sip of water. It was like another 5 minutes. And then we're back on the gate for the main event. And I rolled back up and like it was cool. Like all the boys in the tunnel were just like, dude, holy shit! Like it's so cool that you're in here. Like that's gnarly. Like
yes,
because like they know how gnarly this shit is.
Yeah, totally.
So that felt good. And then, you know, fast forward to the main event. You know, my bike's kind of doing some weird shit at the moment. It kind of gets stuck in a start map or some weird map, and going down the start straight, it when I shifted into second, it didn't come out, or third gear. I don't count gears, but whatever gear I shifted into is normally supposed to come out of the start map, and it didn't. So I went to the first turn, knowing I was still in the start map, so the first rhythm was going to be sketchy as fuck. Yeah. But anyways, I started tucking the front, and I'm just like, damn, like it's been tucking a lot more than usual in the first 5 feet of the first turn.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like shook it off, and then you know I'm in dead last anyway, so I'm like, I got time to figure something out.
Yeah,
you know, maybe
totally.
we can come back to 16, 17 area. Went to the first rhythm and was like just fucking tucking the front off everything. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? So I went to double to the inside, and I started tucking the front up, the double, like the last double into the corner.
Yeah.
And I was like, screw it. So I pulled out of that double in case something was wrong with my front tire. I thought somebody like might have ripped my spokes out.
Yeah,
With an invisible
something
foot
weird.
peg or something. I don't know, because I didn't hit nobody. So I'm like, dude, something's wrong with the front end. And sure enough, I went into the corner right before the whoops and just tucked the front galore. Like the thing was not turning. I was just pushing the front. Fast forward, made it through the next rhythm, made it through the next corner or after the mechanics area, was like, no worries, hit the finish line. And as soon as I landed the finish line, just start tucking again. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So I pulled off and I'm like, dude, if I pull off and check my front tire and there's nothing wrong, I'm going to lose my mind. And sure enough, I pulled off, dude, and my front tire's like off the wheel flat. And I'm like, damn it, dude. Like,
damn.
So, end of the night with a flat front. But
Dang
I'll
it.
let you guys get some more questions in. But yeah, that's kind of how the day went. And honestly, it sucks. It is what it is. And you can't change it. But I still salvaged 2 points from it, going there, not even thinking I was going to get points at all. Just, the lack of preparation, no riding, like, so to snag 2 points this past weekend with a flat front, I'm pretty hyped on it.
Yeah, but dude, when I was watching you in LCQ, dude, you were absolutely ripping. Like in the first half of the LCQ, like you were laying it down, like, and then Nick Romano had to get pressure to even start catching you. Like you were laying it down in the LCQ. I was actually really impressed.
You two were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, I knew like when I got out, the first like couple laps, I got the 3 into the corner off the start, which was pretty huge. I was gonna go roll 2-3, but I kind of tucked the front on the first double, if I remember right, and was just like, man, if I go for this thing and frame it right off the rim, I'm gonna be so mad at myself. So I pulled out of it and then just went double, 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 and then 3-1 into the corner. And I think Pierce missing that 3 into the corner helped me because it held the guys up behind, so they couldn't 3.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, this was fucking perfect. It all worked out so good. I'm like, nobody's going to be on my inside because I was there.
Yeah.
PB missed the 3 on the outside, so nobody's going to rip around the outside and do anything. So I was like, all right, dude. I'm like, we got to freaking latch onto PB and follow him as long as we can. Like, eat roost, go through all the tear-offs. It doesn't matter. Stay right on him. Because if I was running his pace and Dudney's pace, I knew for a fact, like, the guys behind aren't going to be able to just run
Yeah, you
down
could stretch it out.
if I did 4 or 5 laps with them. Right. So I was like, dude, if I can get a gap with these guys, that would benefit me in the long haul. And plus, I'm in third, and so knowing I'm in third, the guy who knows he's in fourth, he's shitting his pants because fifth's coming, and then that guy's shitting his pants because seventh is coming. Like,
yep.
All these guys are going to be, coming through the field, and, SMX comes going to get this so heavy. There's so many.
Hey, you get hit whether you like it or not.
Into it.
You get hit whether you like it or not.
Any publicity is publicity, man.
Yep.
It's good for it. So.
Ty, you know what I was thinking though, dude? Like when I seen, sorry to cut you off, Crockett, but
no
I really was thinking kind of the same thing. Like obviously it's super cool for Nick Romano to get that ride, to get that PC ride. But Ty, like, were you thinking the same thing I was thinking? Like, damn, what could Crockett do on that PC bike? Like, what could our boy produce on the PC machine?
And like, I think people like get this, like, I feel like mixed up, but really people know who racing. It's like a little bit about the bike, but then it's also just about like the travel, the logistics, getting to the race, having a flight, get to the race. You have extra days training. You're back home a couple days earlier. Or like in Crockett Myers' case, like you can ride during the week and feel like yourself and being on an actual program. Like you remember, Addy, when we were grinding it out in our dog days, our amateur, like I would not, like when I would race East Coast, I would not ride a single day. I would maybe ride like a backyard track on like a Thursday. And then I would just be lining up to go practice in Supercross on a Saturday. And that's it. And that was like my whole 2.5 months when I would go East Coast because it would be too cold. It would be frozen. It would be snowing. It would be raining. Or you would have a round from like Seattle and then your next round's New England. So it's like, yeah, I'm driving. I don't even have time to, take time to do any laps. So it's more like being able to have the convenience of the program where you can afford flights and be back home and do the laps and have extra bikes.
Crockett, what do you think you could have done, or even in the future you could do on one of those PC bikes, or even a Star Yamaha, or just any fill-in ride in general?
Dude, that's the thing. Like, I mean, that's the big what if, I mean, I've never really been given the chance to ride one of those bikes. I'm not going to say whose I rode or what color, but I've ridden a handful at the practice tracks.
Yeah.
And just by riding them a handful of times, I'm like, dude, my ceiling is so high on one of these things.
Yeah.
Especially like if I could get a setup that's comfy under me.
Mhm.
I hate to start the rumor, but I think I'd be a top 10 to top 5 guy, if especially with my starts and with that equipment, with the data, and just with the the stress of not having to check my spokes when I pull off a practice, not having to put a clutch in, not having to freaking go ask the grindstone guys for motor oil on the weekends. Like, it's all that shit weighs on me, and not making excuses. I mean, I love this shit.
Hold on, really quick. I'm gonna cut you off. So our boy Crockett just now, Ty, says he doesn't want to start rumors, but he thinks he can be a top 5 to top 10 guy. So let's go down the list. Our boy's in a trailer at Moto Sandbox. Okay. He doesn't have a place to live right now. He can't afford rent. So we got the trailer parked at Moto Sandbox, making it happen. And like the fifth wheel that he's in right now, you can see it behind him. He says he's got one light in the fifth wheel. Okay. He's got to travel from point A to
hey, we got to drive
point
A to point B.
Yeah, we got to drive point A to point B. Okay. Not only that, but we got dad paying for bikes because the 250 class pays half as much as the 450 class. Okay, so we haven't even gotten to the fact that we bought Ken Roxon's old Suzuki and we got to buy pistons and motor stuff and all that stuff. And we still, on top of that, owe $3,000 on the bike. Then with that too, we also owe McGinley Clinic, right? We owe McGinley Clinic a couple grand. So we got the stress of paying off his bike. We got the stress of paying off McGinley Clinic. We got to get the motor package ready. We don't even have a bike because the bike's on the rig, so we don't have anything to practice on during the week. So we only got a couple practice days. And my boy Crockett is going out to the Showdown and putting it in the main event, which is the top 20 fastest 250 guys, pretty much all factory as you can get. And Ty, our boy still thinks if he went out and had a whole PC team or Star Yamaha team to focus on him all day long, a mechanic where he doesn't have to do anything and he can train. And then on top of that, we're doing suspension changes that take an hour instead of 3 weeks. Okay, then we're going to fly in and out of the race. We're going to stay in a hotel room, our entry fees paid for, and he still is being humble enough to not say that if he got a ride, he'd be top 10 to top 5. I mean, can we not love Crockett Myers more? I don't even know what to say,
if you don't love Crockett Myers, bro, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, like seriously, you're fired. Right? Crockett, come on, dude.
You're not a true privateer fan.
I mean,
did you just hear that list,
dude,
bro?
It's tough, man.
Fill us in. Like, what? What?
Dude, yeah, it's a freaking journey, man. I mean, like you said, we owe a little bit of money on the bike still. I owe McGinley Clinic a little bit of money. I think I still owe Stacy Baker some money from last year's training. We lost my truck was kind of going out, and I had to go buy a new truck. Obviously, my pops was helping me with that, and my grandparents. It's not like I'm just out here balling. I mean, I'm in a work and play out.
Well, you got to be able to drive around. So now we're taking a hit, getting a something to drive. Okay, keep going. Let's add up more bills.
Dude, it's not. I'd love to play the poor me, but dude, I'm so fortunate to be where I am and doing the things I do and have the people behind me. Everybody's always said, dude, like just never give up, stay the course, and live your dreams. And I'm a testament to that, man. We're living and doing it, and to be honest, it's a dream come true. Like it's kind of cool for me right now. I'm like watching my own dream happen in front of me. Like I said, I've been manifesting these results and working my ass off at the training facility, and a couple guys have seen me blow my lid here and get pissed off with certain things, and it's not out of being a crybaby little girl or anything like that. It's just because I want it so bad, dude. And I mean, you guys know how it goes. Being a privateer is stressful. It's gnarly. Like I drove to Alabama this past weekend and then drove from Alabama, or actually we left our Airbnb and I drove to a Walmart parking lot and had to buy a couple of sockets because I was short a socket. My socket blew out on me a couple of weeks ago. So we had to go buy some sockets from Walmart to pull the suspension off, send it back to get rebuilt and try to even it out a little bit.
Yep.
Left from there, drove to my parents' house in Beat Eyes, Texas, just outside of College Station. Stayed there for the night. They didn't make it all the way from Alabama. My pops he's getting old, so he got a little tired on the drive home, and I blew by them. Stayed the night. Routed the next morning around noon when the dealership called, said I could come pick the truck up. Drove to Houston, which is about 2 hours, 15 minutes from my house. Signed all the paperwork off on the truck. Gave my last $1,000 on the down payment. Hopped in the truck, exchanged all my shit over, and then hit the 15-hour trek back to Florida, and literally just pulled in time for this podcast. So
nice.
Ty, you know what I just thought of, bro?
What?
You know what I just thought of? Tell me this is not the best idea ever. I mean, okay, people, we need you, all right? All the fans, all the people watching this episode, everybody on Instagram, whatever it is, we need you. I mean, does Crockett Myers not fit the bill for the, what do we call it? Like the fill-in rider for the Pulp MX LCQ
the wild
challenge.
card?
Yes, the wild card. Do we not need Crockett Myers as a wild card? I mean, come on, what? Do we got a better story in Supercross right now?
Hey, come out on the 250 Suzuki as a wild card in the privateer challenge?
I'm all ears.
Is this not the best idea we've had? We got to get our boy some money. He wants to earn it. He's the humblest guy pretty much I've ever met. I don't know. We got to get him in the LCQ challenge. I mean, this has to happen. I'm going to have to make a call to Steve. I mean, what do we got to do here, Ty? What do you think we got to do?
Hey, Track Talker supported sponsor rider.
Let's go. We'll get him in as a Track Talker supported rider in the LCQ challenge. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, that would be sick.
That would be so rad.
Dude, imagine we get Crockett Myers just fully decked in like a Track Talker's helmet wrap, and we'll like, you know, whatever we got to do. If we got to pay for an entry to the LCQ challenge, we'll do it, dude. Like, whatever
we'll have to figure out something with Steve for sure.
Dude, we're calling Steve. Dude, but we need you guys to tag Steve. Tag him, be like, just on his last post, get Crockett Myers as the Ty, what'd you call it again? It was I keep forgetting.
Wild card. Bro.
Wild card. Get at Crockett Myers as the wild card in the LCQ challenge. Go to Steve's Instagram and just post it on the last post. We need to just spam him. And then we're gonna put this on my Instagram too. Why not? Crockett, are you in or what?
Dude, I'm all ears, man. Let's make this shit happen. That would be so cool. I need it, bro.
Okay.
We need that gas money to get home.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so he is West Coast. I think they're doing it at Salt Lake, right? So that would work out. So he wouldn't have to drive.
I think they're doing it Friday, right?
I don't know.
I believe so.
We're going to have to get him in somehow. We got to get Crockett Myers in there. Okay. So, you know, obviously you made it to the East-West Showdown, Crockett. But, dude, let's talk about some of your other results from this season. I mean, okay, so we got, is it a career best at A2 with a 13th place? Is that a career best, bro?
It was, yeah. Yep.
Like, how did that feel? 13th place in a Supercross?
Dude, honestly, it came to me pretty naturally that weekend at A2. You know, it was kind of a ruddier Anaheim from what I've heard. You know, I don't know if Anaheim's normally ruddy, but from what I've seen watching on the couch at my house, it's never been anything like that from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Maybe it has. I can be corrected. I've never done it before. That was my second Anaheim ever.
Yeah.
But it was a ruddy one. It was soft. And I remember I had to go to the LCQ that weekend, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I won the LCQ at A2.
Yes, you did. I have it written down right here, first in the LCQ.
Yeah, so that was the one I won. So I remember I was, you know, what is it, fourth to last instead of dead last if you win the LCQ. So I had like, you know, a couple spots to choose from on the gate. But I remember they interviewed me for the, you know, in the stadium, and then they did the live Peacock interview. So it took a little bit more time than, you know, I'm used to, because I've never won LCQ, or I have won LCQ, but I didn't get interviewed for that long, and I think I made the gate. But anyway, somehow along the lines, when I got back into the tunnel after refueling the bike and grabbing new goggles, I missed my gate pick. So I remember
so we finally get 4 spots to pick from, and then we missed the thing. Because you're did you go and fill up your bike and get goggles? Like, am I hearing that correctly? Like you did it.
So I rode directly off the. I can't remember if I did it, but because I left my mechanic, dude. When I went and did all the interviews, I couldn't find my mechanic, and I think it was like maybe it wasn't random people that came to the truck, but it was like one of the truck drivers or maybe somebody else's mechanic like came over, threw the bike on the stand, threw some chain lube on, put gas in it. I grabbed the goggles out of the bag, and then it was right back down to the gate. Like it couldn't have been no more than 2 minutes after the interviews.
Yeah.
But by the time I got down there, the first guy had started picking the gate. So once they're in the line, you can't like just cut people.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, whatever. And I remember lining up on the very outside, and I was staring into the sand section. Like the first turn's like over here, and I'm looking this way, and I'm like, dude, this is freaking rowdy, dude. But I can't remember who was like to my left. But I was like, dude, if I can just get out ahead of this guy, I might start being able to creep back left.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I did, dude. I freaking ripped a solid start. I think I was like right there with all the guys. Like obviously I was a mile behind them because I had to come from a country mile out. But I still had a decent start. And I think it was like Kitchen and a handful of others were on the inside. And then Kitchen kind of fades out, and I was like going to funnel in right behind him. And I'm like, dude, that'll be perfect. If he goes 2-3-3, I jump to the inside. I'm in top 5 off the start. Like this is perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Kitchen was struggling with his starts and his first turn skills for the first 4 rounds, if we remember right.
We remember.
A couple of races in a row. Yeah. So he struggled there. Well, he did a 360 this weekend at A2, and we all just traffic jammed. Like I couldn't go anywhere. So everybody went up the inside, went around.
Yeah.
And I remember just rolling around the first lap in like 16th, 17th, and I'm just like, well, we're in the main. I'll come back as far as I can. And I remember like just a bunch of dudes. Like I don't even remember passing anybody. I would just ride by them, just stuck in hay bales or wadded up in a rhythm, or and I'm just like, man, like this shit's coming to be so easy. Like all I had to do was stay on 2 wheels and pretty much rode in a 13th.
Wow.
It's kind of not the sickest story of it, but it's, I benefited from kind of keeping my head on my shoulders and not crashing myself or running into anybody or, I just no mistakes, literally just rode it in slow and consistent, turtle in the hair, man. I made it happen. Rode her into 13th. So that one was really cool. And then if I remember right, it was like the Triple Crown right after that in Houston dude, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it was. It was a Triple Crown in Houston. It's crazy how fast the season has gone by. Like it's like insane.
Right.
Like how many rounds and how much stuff has gone by. It's just like freaking crazy.
Dude, it happens so fast.
Yeah, so we got some new suspension done, right? You were talking about that. I think you said Weston was doing your stuff from RG3, right?
Yeah, so I had Mike Ash at RG3 doing my stuff. And obviously, dude, Mike Ash, I appreciate the shit out of him, dude. He came out every day and helped me test and do everything he could to have my bike as dialed in as we could, with the very short amount of time we had to test and try things and with the budget we're on and stuff like that. He helped me out. And then after Seattle, Weston's dad actually called my dad and was like, hey, I think we have some more stuff to offer as far as suspension goes. And, my dad was all ears. He's like, if anything to help me, my dad's all ears. And,
come on,
there was kind of some stuff going on behind the scenes that, it doesn't need to be mentioned, but it was just, kind of some industry shit. It sucks, but there was some beef between the two.
It's part of it.
I wish they could just squish it and we could all work together as a crew, but sadly it doesn't work that way. But anyways, Weston reached out. We got suspension from him. I literally got 1 day on it, and then my bike was timed out, so I had to pretty much just put the bike and suspension aside for a little bit, wait till I could get the piston from Dave Dye and Aaron Pipes over at HEP.
Yep.
That took like a couple weeks to get because Aaron went on vacation. We didn't want to bug him and, make phone calls, and Dave Dye wanted to rip my head off by the second week of needing the piston. I'm like, dude, have you heard anything? And he's like, dude, if you ask me one more time for this piston, I'm going to throw it through your fucking wall on your camper.
Hey, just tell Dave Dye, Adam said to bug you. That's it. That's all you need to say. Just say Adam said to bug you. Sorry, bro. It's Adam told me to do it. That's it.
Oh my God. Dave Dye would say exactly that.
That's it. Oh, Dye is a gem.
Dave's been awesome, dude. He's been a huge help to my program and the whole Suzuki guys, Mohead, Jason, Kenny, Peyton, Rob Burkhart, Dave Dye, all those guys over there. The whole crew here at Sandbox is, I owe it to them on really how this season's going for me. They've all busted their asses in some form or fashion to keep my bike going and, give me the parts that's needed to compete at this level. It's been great. But obviously when you're, sitting on the couch watching all your competitors training and racing and doing all the things, and you're just sitting on the sidelines watching everybody get better, and you're just like, damn it, dude, like all I need is a piston and it's sitting in a cabinet in there.
Yeah.
I just got to wait from the boss to see if I can have it,
I know, it's tough.
So when he gave me when he called Dave and was like, hey, give the kid the piston, I think it was like, he just was like, dude, I just want my money back. I paid $475 for it. I'm going to make you pay $475 for it. I said, damn right. Here you go. Give me the piston. So we threw that in on Tuesday night. And I got 1 day of riding in on Wednesday of testing. And then, that was it. So it's just been a grind, man. But I love this shit.
Heck yeah. We definitely, Crockett, we can definitely tell that you love it, because you are a trooper, true privateer, and you're doing it. Doesn't matter what's going on. Ty, you know what? Like, I wanted to talk to you too, Crockett, about this, and I wanted to bring Ty into this as well. Is just, Ty, what are some of the things that you remember, like being on the road, that can help, just in general, of like getting better each weekend? Because I think that was one of the hardest things, was being in your head about like, damn, I'm not riding, because that feels always like, from a rider standpoint, the fans, you guys, it's so hard when you feel like you're under the gun and you feel like you're underprepared. And as racers, we always try to like overtrain. We always want to ride, train, because it feels like if we miss a day, then we're missing out not being as fast. But Ty, tell me if I'm wrong. That's, now that we're kind of out of it, that's not necessarily the truth. I mean, you have to have ride time. But Ty, what's some of the other stuff Crockett could work on just from our experience?
I think that was what ended up making like the huge turning point when I was traveling. And I wasn't riding during the week, was the communication with Sean Brennan at the Feld and stuff, and getting in on those press days on Friday morning, even if they were at like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Because just being able to go in the stadium on your race bike with all your gear the day before, I like some of those press days, dude. Like me and Addie would literally wake up at like 3 a.m. and do like morning press, and you just try to put as many minutes on your bike as you can in that time slot, and you would feel so bad and horrible, but
but it was better.
Saturday,
it was like it helped
so huge.
Like dude, I'm so glad you remember that, because I literally did that at 5:45 a.m. Like the first session, I'm still like kind of the drunk sleepy, like
dude,
you're ride a motorcycle and not die. Dude. And you're just like, man, this sucks. And then it's like, okay, by the second session, you're like, dude, I'm warmed up. And I literally just went and logged. I think they gave us 12 minutes or something. Maybe it was 10. I don't remember. But I just remember going out and just doing a full moto this weekend, because I was like, I didn't get enough ride time. I was like, I want to get comfortable with the bike. Obviously, the track's kind of ass because they just built it and it's all dozered tracks, and rocks are coming up, and
super
it
rough.
helped me so much just because I just got to do the laps, just get the body flowing, get the eyes right. I knew what the stadium looked like kind of where the layout was, like all that stuff helps so much, especially leading into practice day, because then I get 2 more practice sessions on Saturday, so it's almost like I got an extra day of riding is what it felt like, essentially.
Yeah. And to clarify, I want to clarify for the fans, because they don't know this, but so press day is what would we call it? Like a abbreviated part of the track. Like it could be literally 2 sections or 1 section. I've even done it where it's just a single section of the track. So like Feld will break up 2 sections of the track for morning press, morning news on local channels to get a little bit more ticket sales. So there's a time slot for Monster Energy Supercross. And in morning news, like people that watch morning news, like it'll come on at 5:30, and we got to be ready and riding and be all warmed up. So Sean will organize this whole thing, which with privateers and stuff like that. It'll be a huge benefit for privateers, just like Crockett Myers, on being able to get some time in the track, and then it will help Monster Energy Supercross at the same time. But dude, some of those tracks and some of those mornings were rough.
Yeah,
but it was huge.
I think one of the biggest things, Crockett, is if you don't feel comfortable on a jump, don't do it, because it's not going to be the same as it is during the race.
Dude.
That's number one.
Hey.
And number two, whenever you think you're ready to jump the triple, do one more lap. Ty, you took the words out of my mouth. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
But Addy, like, hold on, Crockett. Dude, Addy, how many times did we hit something I remember specifically 2 triples. There was one in San Francisco. There was a fucking triple that you had to hit wide open out of this corner that they changed the lip on. And then there was another one that was ginormous at Phoenix Racing Stadium that was on the edge.
Do you remember that one, Ty?
Thing. And that thing was ginormous, bro. And these
they test dummy you, Crockett. Don't let them do it.
Dude. And trust me, me and the boys that we get 5 a.m. press, we're like, dude, they don't care if they wipe one of us out, dude. Like, we're just lone soldiers going in the dark. Like, literally. We're there at 5 a.m. just scoping this shit out. Like, man, you think Tomac's going to jump that? You think one of our bikes should make it? Like, we're all just sitting there doing the science like, yeah, dude, I don't know. It's a little soft. There's a couple rocks over here, but if we pull those out, we might be able to, And it's like, dude, the shit we're all trying to figure out and do at 5 a.m. I'm like, guys, like, I know we all rolled out of bed at 5 or 4:50.
Yeah, literally.
5:45. Like, we haven't even been awake for an hour yet. Like, we're gonna die out here. And sure enough, like, we're just fucking sending it. Freaking Meshi's blowing snot bubbles over here. This kid got laid out. I'm just like, dude. Hey, I went double all morning. I just went double, triple, single, left, and then hit the finish line the next rhythm, and then we did the same thing. It was like probably 12 seconds of track.
Bro,
but dude, it was awesome. Like, I got to hit the rhythms and feel it, and I saw a couple guys. They were doing I think Lesher was one of them. Gosh, who was the other guy? Leitzel was one of them, but they're all in 450s. So I remember, dude, in the first session, Leitzel was like one of the first guys that I saw hit the roll 2-3, which was sketchy this weekend. It was the one right after the start.
Dude.
He went roll, and if you didn't get the first double to get that 3 over, the face was like ski double spec.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Like, dude, they're not getting any lift off this thing. And I saw Leitzel sit it. He downsided the double perfect, big ass rooster tail, and then he just and I'm like, damn. He made that thing look really tough. So he greased it the first time I saw him do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to follow him one more lap, see how he did it, where he's hitting it from, where's he getting the lift. Goes for it again, identical thing, and frames it. Feet in the air, and I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, and he's on a 450.
You're like, I'm out.
I'm going to go for it right behind him. And I'm like, dude, thank God I didn't go for that. But I guess Massiangelo did it, bro. Preston Massiangelo jumped it. That's what they were telling me. And I'm like, he's got it, dude. I ain't doing that shit this morning, bro. No way.
Hey, that's the exact thing. That is the exact thing you need to do, Crockett. Just in the morning, ego out the window. If they want to do it and they want to be the press, number one at press, let them do it. Next question. Do you have Sean Brennan's number? Do you have that or no? How are you getting into press?
I think I do have his number. Dude, the McGinley Clinic Privateer Support Program's been unreal with that.
Okay, cool.
Tyler Bateman and John Ayers are running that, and dude, we've had press. I think I've had 4 press days now, so I think I'm out. I don't know if I get any more or not. Dude, I don't know how all that works, but dude, if I get another one at 3:30 a.m., I'll be there. It helps us out a lot. So
I mean, we should be able to get you into the midday press with your results, my boy.
Dude, I would hope so. We had one. I can't remember what round that was. Houston, but Houston was my hometown race, so that's why I got
that's cool.
And I think.
Yep.
Nice.
But that one was sick. Yeah. Tracks are way better for afternoon presses. That's for damn sure.
All right, Ty, any other questions you got for Crockett before we move on?
Just about St. Louis, and if we're going to be riding the race bike with this week off that we got before St. Louis Showdown.
What's the plan with that, Crockett? Where are we at? Are we even going to the Showdown at St. Louis or what?
Yeah.
We going to make it?
Does a 10-man have a sheet metal cock? Yeah, I'm going, bro.
Damn straight he does, fool.
Back with the race bike, all the parts and stuff. I mean, that's the plan. I don't know what this next week and a half holds, but that's the plan right now. I'm actually, me and Rob Bell were shooting the shit on getting our bikes to St. Louis. He's like, dude, if you drive to SOB, I got a buddy that's taking my bike and he could take your bike. We throw him $200 cash. He said he'll drive it.
Oh, let's go.
SOB is the complete wrong direction for me. So I'm like, I don't know how I'd get it there, but I'm going to figure something out. I'm either just going to load it up in my new truck and head out, or I'm going to find somebody.
And Crockett, Crockett, after we get off the phone here, if you go down to St. Louis a couple days early, Bubba Pauly used to have a supercross track that I used to practice at St. Louis.
You know about that place, right?
And I can give you his number too, where you could practice. I think it's like an hour and a half away from St. Louis. It's not that far.
Yeah, it's really close.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how far of a drive it is from where I'm at right now to St. Louis.
Super cool, dude.
Well, yeah, you got to figure that out. Especially, you got to figure out how far it is to SOB and how far it is to St. Louis, and if that's worth the drive. But what I really want to talk about right now is, okay, so what can we help with, bro? Like, are we talking entry fees? Are we talking just everything in general? What is the biggest thing you need some dinero for right now?
Dude, it's so hard because
like how much is an entry fee and do you have it paid?
So no, so I actually had to sign up for St. Louis still, but I think it's like $265 is what it costs to sign up. I've done some basic math on it. I think it's like $3,500, anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 for me per round to race.
Yeah.
And then obviously if I go get a 13th in the main is like $2,000.
Yeah.
So I'm losing $1,500 every time I go to a race. You know, it doesn't really add up. So it's tough, man. I mean, I'm doing everything I can. I work for B2 Metal Buildings, which is my dad's building company.
Yeah.
I help Stacy and Jason Baker out here trying to make money to do it, but it's still at the end of the day, it adds up quick, you know, as far as, I mean, I just bought a new truck. It's diesel. Diesel prices are $6 a gallon down here in Florida. So I'm already bankrupt, but fuck it. We balled, dude. We swiped the credit card and pray for the next day.
Well, Ty,
but as far as flights and
hell yeah.
Todd, what do you think? What do you think about Track Talkers paying for Crockett Myers entry fee to St. Louis? What do you think about that?
Let's do it, bro.
Done?
Done.
Okay, Crockett Myers, we're paying for your entry fee. $265?
Hell yeah, thanks guys.
$265.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, if it's not a late fee. If it's a late fee, it's $350.
Fuck, we gotta wait. We're gonna have to wait the
late. Some weekends it comes down to the late fee, and I'm just like, damn it, I knew I should have signed up on Thursday.
Okay, so
I think you're good if you're within like a week and a half, but you gotta do it in the next couple days.
Okay, I
think it is.
We got the entry fee, but we need you guys to help too. How can we? Like, if somebody wants to support you, just DM you on your Instagram, or how can they get straight to you?
DM me on Instagram.
What's your Instagram, Crockett?
My phone number on this shit.
What's your Instagram? Don't put your phone number, bro.
Just my name, Crockett Myers.
Okay, Crockett Myers. It's CROKETTMYERS, right?
CROCK.
Oh, CROCKETTMYERS. Crockett Myers on Instagram. We helped him out. Track Talkers got the entry fee covered. Now we need you guys to help him out too, because this is crazy, bro. We're gonna try to get him in the Pulp MX LCQ challenge as one of the fill-in guys. I keep saying that wrong, but it's not fill-in guy. Ty, what is it?
Wild card.
Wild card. We're gonna get him in as a wild card, and we're gonna take care of his entry fee, but Crockett, bro, we're going to try to get you some dinero, bro. We know you need it. We're in the trailer. We got to at least pay for at least a couple more lights in the freaking trailer, dude. We got to get a couple more lights on the trailer, my boy. Come on, baby.
Well, the problem is, dude, is they're like these LED strips, and I haven't even got up there to see.
They're LED strips.
It's too complicated.
Oh, that is so funny.
Oh, shit.
All right, well.
Nah, dude, we're balling.
Hell yeah. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being on. Let's Ty, let's pick one or two more questions. Okay. Just some relevant questions before we hang up. I know you've been on we've been on for almost 40 minutes right now. So we want to let you go. We know you need sleep because you got to practice and stuff. I guess my first question for you is, dude, this is the hot topic. What did you think of the Deegan penalty? I mean, I'm sure you watched it. It's been everywhere. Like, are you on the side of, penalize him, take the win away? Or was it like, dude, okay, the win away was too much. He should have been penalized? Or like, are you just totally okay with everything? What's your thoughts on it?
Dude, first and foremost, I thought that whole section was the corniest thing ever. I mean, I would have loved to have just a fat ass goal turn right after that, go across the start, big double or something. I don't know, but to be honest, the way I saw it was if he was able to get there from where he was, he probably tucked the front off that double or slid out and happened to be all the way left side. He saw his two competitors go to the outside, so he was going to cross up and go to the right.
Yeah.
And he skips one of Chirby's stick. Like, I think, being lost out of the win there is crazy work. And you can ask anybody under the sun, dude. I'm a Deegan hater till the day I die.
Yeah.
But I do respect his craft and I respect his work. And he won that race fair and square. I mean, my best friend was leading the damn thing, and I'm sitting on the side of the track with a flat tire cheering him on and just freaking pissed off at Deegan because I knew he was going to somehow find a way to the front. He does it every weekend.
Yeah.
He's the best in the game right now. No glaze, I mean, the kid is insane on a motorcycle, and you can't take that away from him. And you guys know it, and I know it. You can't fake this sport. There's no faking it. So he's doing the work and he's doing the shit. And right now, I mean, the AMA's targeting everybody they can because they're under fire. And who's the best guy to dock than the best guy in the class right now? I mean, that was the corniest dock I've ever seen. And I've done some gnarly shit on a motocross track and gotten away with it. I mean, I hate it for him because the camera was on him and he happened to. I mean, dude, what is the difference if he got to the right of that stake right before it or went around it on this side?
There's no difference.
But I mean, AMA's AMA, rules are rules. They said don't cut the shit, and he cut the shit. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like I agree with you. Don't cut. The rule is the rule, right? Like I'm not even arguing that point. And I agree with you. Like you cut the track.
Do you even consider that as a cut? He wasn't even to the section yet.
It doesn't matter. He went, in my eyes, he cut the track because there was, even though, like you said, it's super corny that they even put the UFO markers there because it's like, we totally broke it down. But either way, he did cut the track technically. So I'm okay with a penalty, but taking away the win seems like, dude,
and not
seriously
egregious.
Egregious.
From a fan's perspective, the track's what, 15 feet wide?
Yeah.
Right? Typically, I mean, 10 to 15 feet wide.
Yeah.
Stick a split lane down it. Now what? You got 3 on each side, because you got damn near wind road takes up half the track. So you're already taking a narrow racetrack as is, making a split lane and telling us to pick side A or side B.
Yeah.
And then it zigzags and snakes and does the same thing on the next side.
Yeah.
I get the concept of it, but one's like this weekend, it was, I mean, to be honest, it was fairly even, the split lanes were.
Yeah.
But mainly not because of the split lane design, but because one either had a boulder sticking out at the end of the tongue, so you had to cut down from that. Then the next one, you had a freaking windrow that was collapsing with boulders in it. So it was a give and take. You either had to, okay, man, I hope somebody hit that boulder the lap before and it fell out the other way. So when I come around, but anyways, they took a narrow track and make it more narrow. And then a guy's going to make a slight mistake before. And then we only have a split second decision on if you're going inside or outside.
Yeah.
And he happened to see 2 guys going to the outside. So he darts right, goes back to the right to go inside, outside.
Yeah.
And he missed one stake. We're talking an inch here. Now, he did do it, and rules are rules, but at the end of the day, I mean, they got to be a little bit more lenient on that shit. We're making decisions in the blink of an eye sometimes, and, for him being at the top of the game right now, they had to pick on somebody, and he was one of the few that I think got caught doing something. I don't even know if you call that something. Now, if he would have been in the middle of the split lane and decided to go around to hay bale or something, or at the last second jump over to this lane, that's frowned upon, but it was at the beginning. You can tell he made a solid ass effort to get over there. And he darted in between that one and then tried to miss the next 3. You can blatantly see that he tried to do that. But then again, it's not my call. And shout out to Cole Davies. Stuck it out.
Uncle Ty.
What?
Are you going to fill in Crockett on how we kind of, I mean, we didn't blow out the homie because we love Levi. But we said, what did we say? We said he should.
Well, I said a lot of shit before I knew his back was hurt. I was just bummed. Because he was up front and he was riding good all day. And then he finally got a hole shot. And I was like, holy shit. this is what I wanted. And then it just looked like he either tightened up or got tired, basically, is what it looked like. And then after the fact, then I heard that his back got hurt. So,
well, because we kind of like all agreed in the preview show for the Showdown that it was like, if Levi goes out and wins, this is a whole new Levi era, and we could see him winning the outdoor nationals. But if he doesn't go out and win, then we're back to the same old Levi. And we were kind of like, this feels like a turning point, but we don't know because Levi has been in these situations and he just isn't handling it. But let's see what happens at the Showdown. And then all of a sudden he's out. He totally farms the start in the heat race. And then he's out front just killing it. And then we're like, oh, he got tired. He rode super, super good. We're proud of him for the ride. We're proud of him for the start, but he just needs to work on a little bit of strength and a little bit of fitness, and he'll be there. And then, of course, right after we say that in the show, we found out his back's hurt.
Yeah, and dude, I don't want to, speak anything that's not out to the public because I don't know what's out on his behalf. I just know my friends, and sometimes that actually gets me in trouble. But I was talking to him on the phone today, and we were just like, dude, like the people in this sport. Like some of them know, but most of them don't. Like, there's not one guy who lines up on that gate that's at 100%. And if you are, God bless you, because that's awesome. But
yeah, not at this point. Hey, not at this point of the series. No, I feel like no one's 100%.
Exactly. And dude, Levi's one of the guys that, me and him come back to the same facility. He lives 10 minutes down the road from me. And, I go over to his house to sit in his hyperbaric chamber. He's got a cold plunge and a hot tub. So I do all the things over there to recover and do everything necessary. And I've been working out with him for the past, since, 2020, basically back at the Real Deal days. We were training together.
Yep.
So we've been lifting and stuff at Sandbox. And he's just like, dude, my back's been bugging me. Like for the past 2 weeks, he's been saying that. Or actually, maybe it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe he pulled it in the whoops or, on a deadlift or something. That shit happens, but
or just how about fatigue from riding too?
So yeah, but I mean, we're both built like Randall off Monsters Inc. So it's like sometimes we squat down a little too low on a deadlift, and it something gets pulled. It's not foreign, and I'm like, dude, maybe just like hop in an ice bath or hang from your legs or something. I don't know, stretch the back out, like do something. And he's like, nah, dude, it's more than that. Like something's going on. And no, I don't think there's anything major done to it, but it's, a sore back sucks, dude. Like I showed up to A2 or A1 with I went and saw Dr. Navarro for the first time, and he's like, dude, your ribs are all out of shape. Your hips are off centered. And I'm like, damn, well, get me back straight, doc. And sure enough, he did. And I had a rib that was out of place. And every time I would like breathe, it felt like somebody like punched me in the gut. Like it was just knocking the wind out of me.
Yep.
Like it was to the point to where I couldn't even kickstart Susie on the gate. And I'm like, man, I got to figure something out. So I got adjusted, and having a sore back riding Supercross is one of the most miserable things. Oh, speaking of, I did my tailbone in Seattle. I did a flying W and landed on my seat, or actually like close to the back fender, and bruised my tailbone, dude. And like the whole next couple weeks of training, like I was telling Brandon, I'm like, dude, I have to be done for the day. If I hit another jump sitting down, I'm gonna start crying. Like it was miserable.
Oh, dude, I was hold on one time, Crockett. I got landed on in Nashville, and I ended up breaking my sacrum, what's like underneath your tailbone. And dude, after I did that, I felt like it took like 6 months just to get that like area desensitized when I came back riding. Like it's the amount of uncomfortable it gives you is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, it sucks. Do you guys, this is probably a personal problem, and I'm probably blowing myself out, but when you guys ride outdoors, did you ever get like almost ass chafing scabs on the back of your ass cheeks too? Like when you guys ride outdoors, is that just me?
I literally just told my parents about this, dude. I'm like, I have calluses on my ass cheeks now from it. So it's like just so rowdy. Like it's to the point where like I don't even get monkey butt anymore. It's just like calluses, and like they'll crack and bleed, and I'm like all my skippies look like I just shat myself. I'm
that's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm tired of buying new underwear.
Especially back in Florida with all the sand and everything, dude. It's like just fucking sandpaper.
Dude, everything gets thrashed.
Yep. All right. Well,
Dude.
let's finish this thing
Miserable.
out. Crockett, we appreciate you being on. This is the last question, dude. Short and sweet. Who wins the 450 title, bro? Who are you calling? If you got $1 million right now, I love this bet. If you had $1 million right now in your pocket, and the only way you could keep it was to bet that $1 million on the 450 title. And if you got it right, you get to keep it. But if you get it wrong, you lose it all. Who are you putting your milli on?
Dude, I mean, to be honest, I haven't even got to watch the series that much, or at least keep up with it as a fan's perspective, because I'm obviously racing it on the weekends and I kind of miss it. Obviously, I watch when the East is racing, but
yeah,
if I had to take a fat $1 million gamble, I would throw it at Hunter Lawrence for sure.
I know.
Honestly, like what is the point right now? Does it go?
I think
Hunter,
it's
Kenny.
Is
or
it
Hunter?
6?
Dude,
Hunter, Eli.
Hunter's 9 points ahead of Eli right now, I think. And then I want to
It's like
I want to
30
say
points
Kenny's
down
like
to Kenny.
Yeah, I want to say Kenny's like 28, somewhere around there. So it's a pretty big gap. And like at the beginning of the season, man, I really thought it was just Kenny's year, but Hunter has just been so good. And I've said it before, and give me your opinion on this. Everybody has their bad race because we are riding dirt bikes. There's just no way around it. I don't know what it is and why dirt bikes are so gnarly like that, but everybody has their bad race, and it seems like the champ, whoever ends up being the champ, like minimizes their bad race to the fullest. And it really just feels like right now that's going to be Hunter. But it ain't over till it's over, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how many rounds left do they have? What was this?
They got 7 rounds left. Like,
So,
if
dude,
you include...
plenty of racing left, bro.
Yes, if you include Detroit. Yeah, there is a lot left. There's more than people think, which is weird because it feels like we're so far along in the series. But there's still 7 rounds left. So anything can happen. But, man, it feels like Hunter is just firing right now.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah, and dude, as we get back to like some of these East Coast like kind of technical tracks like Detroit, I just we already had Indy and we saw how it went there. So I don't know, dude. I see Hunter sticking it out. I mean, you saw what Jet did outdoors. He went, what was it, 24-0?
Yeah.
Just consistency. I think those boys have really worked their tails off on being consistent and not getting flustered when a bad race is happening. They just ride it out and they somehow find themselves back at the front or salvaging a podium, and maximizing the worst of that day.
Yeah.
So I see, Hunter sticking it out. Obviously, I'm boys with Kenny, so I'd like to see him a little bit further up, but 20 some points.
It's not over yet. Like you said, it's 7. Yeah, it's 7 rounds left. So 28 points is not impossible. Like, if you really think about it, that is almost an entire 250 series. So
yeah,
it's still quite a ways to go.
I don't know. There's plenty of racing left. If he misses one round and Kenny wins, a couple in a row, he's right back in the hunt again, and then there's 2 or 3 rounds left after that. Then it's a dogfight, between 3 guys. And if they're all, putting their hands in the basket, they could get tied up with somebody else or tied up with 2 championship contenders. And then, Kenny goes out and wins it and they're piled up in the back. You never know what can happen. I mean, this shit's so gnarly. And, the cool thing about it is none of it can be scripted. At least I don't think.
No, you can't.
I'm out there racing and nobody's handing me a script to go by. So,
straight up.
If they are, then shit, I'm just gambling out there, boy. I'll take the hits.
I wish they would have wrote me in the script better.
Yeah, shit. No, I think Hunter sticks it out. I think it'll be a tight one between, Tomac and Hunter, but Hunter sticks it out. Tomac second and Kenny third, I think, is how it's going to end up. But
hey, we'll see. We'll have to come back. We'll have to come back to this pod and see actually what happens because you never know. Kenny could win this thing in a blink of an eye. You know what I mean? It's like crazy how many guys get hurt. We don't ever want to see that.
How he rode, for how he rode at Birmingham, bro, that was unreal. I've never seen someone. I mean, the way he passed Tomac before the finish I'd sell the bike, Tomac. Sell the bike. That was bro. He got past like he was sitting still, bro.
John Tomac.
That's how good Kenny is, bro.
John Tomac got back to the rig. It's like, dude, you're done. You're done. Pack it up. We ain't even going racing next week.
We're going home, son. Swipe the credit card. Gone, dude. Bike's gone, buddy. You're done.
We're selling the bike. We're selling the bike right now. Oh, that is so funny.
But dude, all respect. Both of those guys are so good, and for Kenny to make Tomac look like that in that corner.
Yes.
He went 3 outside, Tomac went inside, Kenny swung out, swung back across, and made the sickest pass happen right there. Unbelievable.
Yes.
The fact that he put that much trust into that rut going up that table was, I wouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have done it. He was just on another level. That's 100% agreed. Oh. Well, Crockett, let's end this thing. Let's get this thing over with. We're an hour in. We appreciate you being on. Ty, you got any more questions for Crockett? Anything to add?
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. Crockett, you got anything you want to add? Anything right here at the end? Anybody you want to thank?
Oh, dude, everybody behind my program. Obviously got to get it up to the good Lord for making all this possible for me, first and foremost. And then my mom and dad, B2 Metal Buildings, keeping this thing rolling. The privateer support, McGinley Clinic, for doing everything they have for me. And dude, just everybody. I could go on and on and on, but the more I go, the more people are going to feel left out. So as of right now, thank you to everybody who's got their hands in my bucket. I really appreciate it. And we're going to keep this show rolling as long as we can and keep putting the yellow one in main events until somebody else decides to slap a contract on the table. So thank you guys for having me on, and we'll do it again sometime.
Heck yeah, we're gonna pay that entry fee. We'll get you dialed. Track Talker's gonna take care of our boy for the 250 East-West Showdown in St. Louis. If you guys want to help out Crockett Myers, make sure you go to his Instagram, DM him and get him over there. We want to get as much help as we possibly can, and don't forget to blow out Steve Mathis. Get him in the LCQ. We're gonna do some stuff as well. Try to talk Steve into putting him in there. He's a great dude and great rider, and I hope you guys got just a little taste of some insight into Crockett Myers. If you guys haven't, make sure you tell your friends, your mom, your dad, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousin, grandma, grandpa, whatever you got about Track Talkers. That's how we grow. That's how we keep going. That's how these videos get blown up. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Till next time, we appreciate you guys. Track Talkers. Peace.